with the Ministry of Information and Civic Education, they bring can to honor the people of this country. As usual, our office starts by telling plenty thank you to media partner them. SLBC they carry live, AYV they carry live. We have multiple other bloggers there where they carry live and direct across the country. And so we want to tell all Leone and the plenty thank you. We will make sure say they take this message for promote a culture of civic masalo. I also want to tell plenty thank you to language partner them from VSO, who they ensure say the family will watch me and following our hosts. Then they also the one that get disability on the hearing, then they will forget to live. Special thank you as well to Afrisel, Orange, Sierra Water, and the other partner there, we they make sure say we can to now. Today, as you know, there is special press conference we get. We will focus exclusively on the energy sector. That's all the big players. Now the sector. Talk to one. Before I get into the panel proper as usual, I will go through just a summary of some of the highlights there of government news for the past week. As you can see, the Ministry of Defense will pull out a press notice where they say they don't approve, the Defense Council don't approve compulsory retirement and discharge of about 70 military personnel. This now action way consistent with the military law in the country. Of them one day, the one way that dealing the government's, the Ministry of Defense they call administrative discharge. That means inside the Army Ordinance Law, anybody who is serve in the Army, Defense Council can say if you retire today, power. The one day where they retire, they're entitled to the gratuity and the benefits. But in addition to that, the government of Salino approve bulk payments, 1 year salary for help the all for making transition back to civilian life and let them continue with their life there as they go. So then are 53 officers then from the rank of Major General all the way to lieutenant. They now give away to them all compulsory retirement. The one way they call compulsory discharge, they own crime, they call and say they're absent without leave. That means soon as soldier man, they get place where you're supposed to day, you know they did it, you left, you go. So we get fugitives there. And then be 11 from the rank of major to lieutenant, they don't pull the common army. The one way they pull because of what they call misconduct, that means they know their behavior is not aligned with what the military expect, and then 6 from lieutenant colonel to lieutenant. And then one in the then they pull in the army, they're not entitled to any of the additional benefits there, what I just talked about. The director, now the Ministry of Defense, and the spokesman, they work with them now over the course of this week. They answer additional questions now in our respective media house there. If you get any question on this issue, now feel free for us. We will continue to provide answer. Last week, 27 November, President Leone opened the brand new transport terminal. And the traffic lights then along the, as you know, one of the part of the investment for the integrated resilient urban mobility project IRO, then provide the bus there. Now they don't open a state-of-the-art terminal along the President Leone for good set standing up. I also want to announce, we put out a notice, say 2 of the officers we will be suspecting the candidate by that November 26 school last year, Captain Aya, Abbas Senesi, and Captain TL Conte, them with the hide some place now at Alu. The army been good based on intelligence they receive from the citizens there. When they try to arrest them, then the police will open fire. But we gallant soldier, they will return fire in the process. They unfortunately lost their life there. But that updates day again will be done provided at the ministry. Well, for today, the Energy Governance Coordinating Group, then the old Leone special retreats that took care resorts. We see plenty image and headline news will come up from that day. As you know, the Minister of Energy and Salon and His Excellency, President Julius Madabio, and we talk there inside keynote say there be an opportunity for them to get open, frank, and candid conversation and for fair solution to the problem that really affects the energy sector. I know we'll go more into this news because the people that will be daily and they are with so then they can't tell me what's in the past day. And finally, for the news, Ministry of Social Welfare last week, we worked with the Ministry of Information, and then we organized the first town hall on building disability inclusive process. I talked to you this morning, so we don't look plenty town hall will come. Well, last week town hall has been probably the most inspiring for me. We get so many people we did at the disability community and come ask tough, reasonable, frank questions. We get an open conversation at the well-attended town hall, or the whole, the new city hall, and Future, as we know, now all building. And then, well, the Ministry of Information, we self collaborate with NACI and one German foundation, Konrad Adenauer Stiftung, for do a big civic seminar last week now for the college. As we all know, next week we get the Salon Civic Festival where it takes place here. Na Miata Conference and U Building on the 11th and the 12th, and every sector that they represented for showcase which is not achieved over the past year. We get music, we get art, we get markets, and all kinds of things. Alright, that now all the basic news we'll get for today. Now I come to Witty Kudea now. We want to talk about energy. All side go as minister, people they ask questions about energy, problem, light, electricity. So today, the person who leads the energy sector in the country right now, he there with the rest of the top leaders there, who can talk to the people of this country about their plans, the challenges, and what they do for solve all the plan and day. On the immediate right, we get the Honorable Dr. Kandeh Yumkella, who is the sector lead. We get plenty title though, and the chairman, Energy Governance Coordinating Group. Now also now presidential advisor. He gets a whole initiative on climate, energy, and food. All plenty title, and now lead for the sector. So now he can make the big presentation. But for supporter next to her, we get somebody and they call Ponder My Thoughts. We the journalist there, now a man, because this man is Sabi right. God bless her with penmanship. Engineer Andrew Kylie, and the current chairman of the ETSA board. We also be expect to sister Inde Kuruma, and they also will join me. Inde Naru the camp, I think he will at the wrong venue. And then my colleague will represent the sector of cabinet, the Honorable Eldred Taylor, Deputy Minister of Energy 1. They are also enforced for the with me at the press conference, but the man will make a debut at the press conference on the left-hand side, and I can say the junior colleague of the Great Organicals Club, and the other engineer Edmond Ni, with the Deputy Minister too. And the Ministry of Energy. Family, I don't have time, and they hand the microphone over now to the sector lead. In the first intervention, and give me a state of the energy sector right now? What are the big plan? What it come out of? It's okay because we see one video, and all sit on the past, they relax, they talk. But no, it's not so. The video we see more. So do you found with one more? Let you update.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Thank you. We come this event today. We did on behalf of His Excellency the President, we are the Acting Minister of Energy, but we can have the top people that within the energy sector we are going to use. Also other one, and then I will get the Director General of EDSA, Engineer Lahai. We get also the Director General of Sierra Leone Energy and Water Regulatory Agency, Engineer Mana. The other one, EGTC, Engineer Nelson Debai. In order to call all the problem. So don't tell us you go try for fix that one, they got an unexpected problem we don't have this morning. So we didn't and DM to be together. So they try to run after one problem. But we gladly for the context. Now we call the ministry, say we want me to them. Yeah, that's not part of the change we President wants to see. And they are shown and say every month, this same team will see plus the other chairman there or the other board there. We go in every month. Now we own decision. Now that President wants to see continuous engagement with the public. On the agenda they hold on set. They can't see the agenda. So now we call, we brother, so be therefore clear so that in them willingly say, Doc, this is what they do. Number two, President will communicate with Una. What will they do? How will they do it? Because as I said, the first step where I appear at the media, that time they are not in charge of this sector. I've been just associated with that. Was in June. I said there are no quick fixes. If we want to solve this problem, a continuous work for 10 years, from one regime to the other. But today when they can't show now, waiting President don't decide where will be gather retreats. What will they do? How will they do them? When they see numbers, when they see timeline. Waiting, we the big man, the way President now puts now that energy governance coordination group. Now we are the real people that we hold the sector which we staff. Leone are only accountable. Yeah, so some question that you want to ask me, I know they can't try to be experts now. I'm being a manager. But I get the engineer than I am. So they will answer. Because waiting, we all accountable. Gone are the days where you say, oh, lights not hot, now the minister not doing job. No. Minister not a fixed line. Minister, they provide money, provide policy, provide direction. People then they will be in charge, they will pay them good money. All of us will be accountable. We the human, the plan. The plan we president and the government don't set. Who say we go and waiting we responsible for now, we accountable. But they come into every month. Because some of waiting we get for do require on ourselves. What say una journalists with them, never really listen, family really listen na host. Because now beaucoup money for get a power system for work. Expensive. It take time. You get for no. So you hold we accountable, but you hold your neighbor accountable. If you never begin do so, you say, hey, but if you do this, you can go and say, oh, tomorrow. You understand what they say? So make a begin. What you want to see now, so now all the installation they will get at this country will for giving lights. Yeah, they scatter. Yeah, you get Bankasoka, you get Black Coral, you get plants in a bowl. By the time you go down this list, you see say them Boku. When you put all them generating plants, then they solar and waiting together. Waiting we get installed capacity. Where for give you with energy. Now 271 megawatts. Now we best count what we get. Now that's not the machine that we waiting for produce. But now that they will produce, you can see now next slide. And we'll try to give you some of the location. This now waiting we produce. 271 installed capacity. But waiting we said 122. Now we will pump the system. So they pump right now. You will see some 00 there. Yeah? So they need the system mode. Even if you want to send more, not able. Because the transmission line or distribution system, you don't own. Not to today problem. Okay, so I'll give you that example. So take Freetown. All the installation they within the country, almost power they can inside Freetown. From Bumuna, right now where the water level high, because when the season just done, and we get up this year, rain counting November. they give you about 44 megawatts. Yeah? But you see some get zero. Charlotte, that side where they do up na hill station at zero. Like energy not accommodate. King Tom, we get Nigata, we don't repair, but they give nothing. Yeah? Blackpool Road, you don't pay for 2-3 years. Yeah? You don't have zero. We get one solar plant in a new team. It's supposed to give me 6. Right now, they give me 3 megawatts. When you look at from we government, waiting we control, Bumbuna and waiting we control. About 47 megawatts they can afford. Then the other one there. For buy from up overseas, the Côte d'Ivoire. Right now they buy 7 megawatts, but they give all land to Kono, Kenema and Mo. You know they can't free or 0. Yeah? Because Salon big pass free or not so. Then 7 energy. Then when they try for buying down Guinea, but will not get it. When you make one begin buy from Guinea, we don't connect the line down. Transco don't connect the line between we and Guinea. Then they don't pay for about 4 years now. But finally they don't connect. Then they don't begin test that. And guess what? Guinea get more water than we. In fact, we within the energy system, what they call Guinea, the water table of West Africa. Now then most of the river that they come up. So this year they get surplus. So they negotiate with them for gets. We will see. We don't send things a day. On a 0 right now. Car power ship, 65 megawatts. So we're very dependent on car power ship. A year, 23 to 25 cents per kilowatt. Yeah? Will they also get 5 from one place, Makot, because we don't put solar there. But right now they only give away about 5. On a net, you know they give that to on a 0. See, we get daytime, we get a net. So the solar, most of them are 0 on a net. So when net reach, Nabumbuna and Kapawa. So you see 122 during the day because the solar then they work no so. One a net, 109. So by all that generation capacity waiting, one only get better power. Yeah? So fleet on waiting they need, wait till they will get now about 70. But waiting fleet on really need the bastards. So man say 100, so man say 150. So if you take another half of the amount of fleet on it, wait till you know, the city they grow. All them valley they now people they know so. So they connect. When person see light, they connect man, not so. So we not get enough. First message, we not get enough in this country. After 40, 50 years, we not get enough. Now the retreat, I don't say one thing when I say they come on. I describe the energy system, say we get pandemic. Why I call them pandemic? One of the journalists who have look the definition. Now a problem across Africa. The only continent where energy poverty deal. Now that's I've been dealing with before I take this job. The energy problem in Africa, 620 million without electricity. So this week, now this country, all the Ababa from World Bank who they deal with energy in 7 countries, will they host the starting from Friday. Because we have what called Mission 300. Now World Bank and ADB launched that one day. How we go connect? Half of them people they get to electricity in the next 6 years. We include Salon. But we get local in Abuja, then they follow that meeting. In Canada. Because they say, we see movement small in Salon. Salon want to do something. And when I go see what you want to do, when make them people that left Abuja, they say, no, they go sit on Salon. Because we don't say they get energy poverty, but we feel movement. That there is a vision, something is happening. So 7 countries will be here, together with all the Ababa and World Bank. Then they come here for 2 days to design a new program for 7 African countries. Yeah? And then, yes, tomorrow, right? Tomorrow, with VP, we will go lay foundation for 30 megawatts. But that day, we will not be designing for some time. But we don't fast track. President said, don't sit down and we make. So don't put dates, we will go do that one day. So, on a know now, almost energy we install, but waiting they can free up. It not do. Maybe over the years, we don't build more, not to so, but not be like 20 years. Now, small movie they do. Now that means we ask for leads now. See the engineer here, is here and do, they all know this business. We have to do something now for change this. Because you know we not do more once, now half will begin now, not to say we reach half. We need much more. And Freetown we begin project over 5 years. sometimes we need triple waiting there now. But for now, double waiting there now we need today. But it not do. We're not the fake. Me on waiting, I don't tell president, I say waiting, I don't tell the public over 20 years, and that's how they do for the work. And they give them the facts. But we get the population for work with, we don't need the foundation for future generation, they fix it. When president, I want to put some context. Now 3 months no more ago, he asked me for do this. But I see people they make now, like say, now maybe don't they in charge 20 years ago. I'm not even at this country said. It's 3 months that he asked me, say, chair ECGC, not to be my job before. But within these 3 months, I don't look within the company, and we don't put them together. And president say, fine, let's do a retreat and do a plan. So waiting at the plan. I don't tell you the problem, I don't give you a context. Waiting at the plan. Next slide. President a tough man, a soldier. Yeah? Soldier not to talk. A timetable, when you go to this location, almost o'clock is the reach for me precise. So president puts me on this weekend. Incessant Kandeh the whole day. That video where you see honorable minister, we don't like say we relax. No, you see where they make the hands up. Now deadline there in the back but we saw. Some of we don't free the deadline there. They give me 6 months for do certain things. They give me 12 months to 18 months. They will get the long-term plan to 3 years to 4 years. The foundation where we for lay, it takes some hard decisions. So no, we're waiting at the short-term plan. The short-term plan are in this. When I take them number down, because I have to be accountable, the leadership has to be accountable. Now the president in plan this. In the short term, in the next 6 months, will they repair Blackwell Road and Kington machines? Yeah? Kington, Blackwell Road, will they repair them? If we repair them, we sell self-your machine then about 25 megawatts we own. Now we own. Why will not be known to this 3 years? Why will not be known to this 4 years? Now, but put up. President say, when I see the video, we come on. He said, it's a technicality. I know I read that crap there now. He said, I want to know why will not be known to one quick, but tell me what you will for. So yes, he don't give me deadline. This one here, they don't repair. President said, what you need? Now begin pulling the book banana, accessories, lubricants, we'll begin. He said, how much you need? Yesterday, they don't provide the money. They don't give me deadline. For begin test that machine this December. January for be fully operational. The second one at Blackwell, same thing. He said, why will I not be done repair? Waiting me. Waiting for do now for repair, waiting on a need. Bam, he look finance, he said give them the money. So yesterday, take 7:30, I looked for family, it's not be Friday, this now about the body do the party for call. They don't provide the money, which means within 6 months we own 25 megawatts of our own of free time. We don't ever buy from a person. That's the question. Why didn't we do it before? That's why he's the acting Minister of Energy. He wants to lead from front. Next thing, when they can't buy from we neighbor there. They're going to get surplus. Now Europe have been the lead. Yeah? Or almost 20 years. All of Europe they trade energy. And the system that we want. So man get boku water, so man get boku gas. That's how they trade in Europe. So nobody know they can blackout. Once you're able to pay, you buy. America same between the states. So we get for buy from we neighbor there over the next 6 months. 10 megawatts from Guinea, 27 megawatts from Ivory Coast, Ghana possibly 50. Yeah, but for lay buy, Ankara also. So how do they get that money? President again, don't look. It's an offense on that money. But when I go, MVP don't go there, President don't go there, Honorable Elder Taylor don't go there. We can't arrange now for let DM Tuesday go talk Nagana small. So they do everything. They generate wheel, would they buy extra power?
Sure, excuse me.
Yeah.
So this is now additional to it we currently buy, because I understand so we currently buy.
They buy
this then targets here now the additional so it's in currently.
So it's what they buy, because we need more and then get surplus. Giving at the knock with the mouth, then say hey, we done this, they overflow. We get extra power, now one buy will say yes, we not get enough. But we not for no, 10 million we get self not get, we give them. Yeah, some people don't know this. Last year, DP and President, they had to give me, because they said they can't get blackouts. So now one good turn deserves another, not to so. Which man they do, are we set in trade? Then, we don't hire for EDSA a chief operating officer. He not been there before, now foreigner, for can't help you for fix EDSA. To do all this, EDSA no work better, they not go fine. We get a new chief operating officer who is there on board now. We can't get a new chief information officer because I tell the president serious. We for communicate with you now they wait for. If you know say blackout they can Thursday, 8 o'clock in the morning to 12, you know when you buy fish, not to so, you go buy later. You don't buy in the morning, you buy in the day before. We need for be predictable. We need for Leone know who stand the blackouts they can, how long it is, and who stand the fix with problem. So people will plan their life and their business. So this is where they come on board, they don't already advertise, and they go through the list now. Then CLSG rural access projects. We get other projects that we've been done slow. Like Go in Kenya. 4 years we did that project. It was 5 now, right? 5 years. Why is slow? And the money they run out. So they don't give you deadline. When I don't know that this money not they get. So yes, president don't send we. DM1 don't go there. DM2. Me said don't go last weekend. So we don't call the contractor. Say that work day for done. Tomorrow I say forget meeting back. Because why? We need that transmission line followed by more power for that inside the country. But if you not done the work, how will we get that power? And this project is too long. So man know they done project. Project will for me 2 years, take 4 years, 6 years. Why? Once you delay, the currency they change the value they go down. You know they get enough money for dollar. And that wahala they go down. But we confident, say in 2-3 months, we go down that money. We talk to African Development Bank and the British. But that project, they also for light up about 31 communities because they feed into the transport. When they draw the line and they don't do all of that, they need the power for transport. So short term, and the number that they are. Why are they doing this? Because hold us accountable. How far you don't go doctor? Now you can tell we I because when I don't get the power, wait to make it not reach it. Almost don't can. Number 2, when I been said when I repair Black Road. Hey, we are saying no the work. Then you ask me, I will tell you the engineer who put in charge, not to so. Accountability has to go down. Gone are the days where they say, nah, the minister, not under my watch. President asked me to supervise. Not to me, no one day I don't do engineering for go to on spanner. While they give somebody the money on behalf of president for do and not to so. So I will tell you who they name, who are they in charge of this, and when it for done. And president don't tell us, say, April, like all road for already. Of course, who that force they call and the Canaya, they miss if I call me 2 parties. That's what they happen. But they make one know who are they in charge. Because accountability has to be weighed out. And president be clear. If I give you my money, I give you timetable, you don't know how to make changes. Now that's it, telephone. Yeah? Next slide. Medium time. 1 year to 1.5 years. Now the plan then there. So what will they do immediately 6 months? What will they do within 1 year? And what will they do 1.5 years? Tomorrow we're happy for say VP they go lay the foundation for the 30 megawatts in a new thing. World Bank do show we say 18 months you don't know. So Freetown they get an additional 30 megawatts solar. Lunge they get 10 more. When they do the groundbreaking tomorrow, so this not to say na plan no more than they plan, no, they happen tomorrow. And they don't give it 18 months for dollar. We get another project when a World Bank, IFC, they all. They now commit 40 megawatts na Kamakuye. Why Kamakuye? Because you get the line there from Guinea. When they go all the way up to Kabalare, they continue. Yeah? So, 40 megawatts. Then Tuesday, because substation, the transmission line, 40 megawatts. We don't ask the company, when you get done. They say we best guess December 2025 or maybe first quarter 2021. If you ask there were already, you don't go 80 megawatts, no so some of them will come Freetown, some of them will go other side. With our deep apologies, my dear sister, about the location. Yeah? New team, an additional 15 megawatts. The company don't look the site, then they get issue outside for locator. But tomorrow they do the groundbreaking, then they do with week. An additional 15 megawatts. Meanwhile, we will get another project where don't they go on for 7 districts, including Kailam. Last month we turned Kailam on. Monday, I've been there, Moyamba, they test already 1 megawatt. We get an additional town there. We then said, with a plan say between now and middle of next year, then say for don't come on. Yeah? We don't put new generator there, so the new transmission lines, but we need to speed up for letting done. Again, President don't give me deadlines. Right now, we do about 700 locations, hospitals and schools by World Bank. It is happening now, not to plan. It is happening now. We're going to do all of those. I think they've done about 150 already. So some of them, the Minister of Information, will let for take journalists and let them see what rural electrification mean. What does it take? Yeah, we're going to do that. It's happening already, but they roll them out. There's only so many staff. They include ministry staff, the agency there. Yeah. This is not the big one. You see that sit down around that table? President actually had question. He said, I don't visit all the mining. The power, the generation where the mining gets, it passes within the whole country gets. He said, so what have you been doing? Now the game fashion now. Hold on meetings, I talk a lot of sit down and do something, the place hot. Bottom line, now I set up a task force right there. Because the mining right now in the next 4 years, they need 500 megawatts more. More. We'll not get them. I remember last year, when President said he set a target for 10 gigawatt, for 1 gigawatt, with a 1,000 megawatt in 10 years. All man say, Yumkella don't come back with a big number. The mining sector alone in the next 4 or 5 years, they need 500 megawatts more. More. So now the President Monaway, he set up task force, he gave it 2 weeks for coming with an outline and 2 months for getting a master plan. Because we have to invest, to connect the mines. If we connect the mines, that's how they make money. So it's 2-3 million every month. Yes, because the mining they pay $100. They need the electricity. How do you do that? How do you set up the systems, the connections, and ensure that it is reliable? That's the challenge. Now the president is the challenge with, but don't need the matching orders, yeah? Then of course, ETSA will privatize part of it. Yeah? When I see this man, we don't have now the former head of ETSA. We will not manage international institutional memory matters. So man say they don't know overnight to learn something. No. If you do that, you reinvent the way. You for know what thing don't day in the pipeline. How they don't do one. Who side they tap you move on. So when you see Abuna, you're not to accident. One time I can call her, I say, so we did the why you not do one. He say, Kandeh, tell you all waiting at the issue. If I've been getting at this before, I say, tell me about that thing we been for do. Now that make they move fast. Now the same thing I been do with Kandeh from 10 days. I see you be lady over. What's not be the headache then? Tell me back. They say, hey, this, if you want to move forward, now this is for you. That's what you do. Institutional memory matters. It matters. If you learn from the mistakes of the past, you can move faster. But maybe some man will get idea about the opportunity, you know, they like push up. Like this connection of the minds, the studies are there. The ministry don't do it. Elsewhere don't do that study, they don't want it. It's about Kandeh, now this make will not move. Now the glad way you see presidency don't make the way. So decision waiting for take paperwork, 3 months for go to president, right there before, and also elsewhere. As we tell her now, I set up task force, Minister of Mines, yeah? So medium term, when they can also privatize part of ETSA, instead of advance, 6 international companies don't get interest for partnering with ETSA. Waiting you. That tell them the numbers. We need for let ETSA collect $8 to $9 million every month. That's the only other number where they throw out. And do don't freight, the big brother don't freight small. Because President, why are we? He said, wait, almost then supposed to collect. I say $8 to $9 million, sir. It's almost in the collects now. I say 4 to 5. Why? So now that why they now they explain within sweat. They give me deadline. Why do we need a private sector entity? Because they're efficient. For coming, some of the companies they're big, some from Europe, some from Asia, even from Africa. Because they don't do one correct. Côte d'Ivoire, Abidjan, they collect 90%. 90% of their revenue they collect are not America or Côte d'Ivoire. Liberia, over 2 years, they reduce losses by 30%. With determination and leadership, we can do the same here. So yes, we need private sector participation. We don't advance. President don't give me deadline. By middle of next year, if we don't know that one day. Yeah? Long term. The long term means say 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 2028. The foundation will not be so good that now take off for the take off now. What are the plans? Nant Energy, 83 megawatts. This is not to then say, oh, Karim Timan. Wait, say, Karim, I call her, say, I need you like that. This, on a member, President in May, do groundbreaking for that gas power plant for Western area. The good news, last week, the Westman, they give the money. Now, let me be confident. Yeah, but how long it take you, sir?
Hopefully in 2.5 years it will all be set.
In 2.5 years, it will done. Freetown, Freetown pass mark, they pass around the transmission like God plan said. Not so. But I want to thank you. This man, it taken 12 years. Why can you tell people they say there are no quick fixes, they're missing a book talk. 12 years for letting projects come off. Wait till you. When you get big projects in infrastructure or energy, you get to do all kind of feasibility study. When you don't, you get to go out for go spend the money. I see somebody they say na debt to salon. Now I say what a shame. At least he could go take a class in international finance. He don't turn politician, not to analyst. The man is a private sector man. The bank then confident enough to say, will they lend you money? Go build the power plant. But want money back up. That's more of what we want. I want some of them to be an energy entrepreneur. Say, okay, if the policy, they need to go fair money. Yeah, if you have 420 million, the person say, in the full the public say, it is public debt. I wish you didn't have a class in economics. Like I've been for go teach small. This is private sector financing. Now more of that one they want for water, for road. So I'm saying for big real estate buildings. That's what you want internationally. But they need to lend you that money if policy reforms not done. Now confidence. They don't release the money. So President said, I tell you, say thank you very much for that power there to the public need now in 2.5 years. But you want to do more than that. So by God in power, that will be ready. That will say in 3 years, so may I put extra time. That's our long term. Yeah? Dodo, we don't go there. President don't go there. We don't take the chief from Dodo, the mayor of Kenema, mayor of Pole, say they all go overseas for go help for promoter. Plus we engineer there. They don't go, they themselves don't see. Waiting in me for get that money. The other time, DM2 they carry expert, they go to name to fashion. Hey, or the expand or the name will pass. So you have to do the infrastructure into Dodo. They build Dodo where they did from 3. So they change that. President only directing, we're going to do it 12 megawatts. That will make Bo, Kenema, Kala, Kono, they don't worry again about that. Because a natural and a hydro. Yeah? Boom, now 120. Yeah? We also want to establish a rural energy agency. Because they can't do more mini grids. Yeah? This meeting will they host in a salon this week. Now that's make the World Bank higher. President don't put target, you want to do 200 or more mini grids. We'll get 100 now, which means 200 more communities. We'll get electricity, they work, they're able to process their food. That's the plan. Yeah? This, as I say, then of course the transmission line, if we put all that generation, you hide the restrictor. So when you see my sister, when they call and say, come on, because I'm not saying they will ask me, so how MCC, now the MCC come in now. If you generate, you get for sell a house. That's the southern corridor line where they want to do from Pujem to Freetown. Then the northern corridor from Fadugu, Tekan, Freetown. It will be complete loop. So we energy pass mark na Freetown, like when my brother will go from 83 megawatts to 200, we send the balance go south. And we'll send some go north. But we need that infrastructure. Now that's make NCC crucial. We need those transmission lines. We need the dispatch center. Electronic board, we go inside and the man will say, engineer will say, problem there na Kailan, you don't get for move to Kailan because it's electronic. We go country like Brazil and the other side, the war room, the big pass here, you see the TV screen there, they know every location. Red light, amber light, they know what to do, they dispatch people even by air, they're there before it breaks down. That's the way I want to help we now in a new team. It will be the new dispatch center, but with transmission, and then all heads are line way all on the Freetown. They want to change some of for me. That may not be overnight. Yeah, so in summary, you don't see the long term. When I add the wire up, now as I tell you, the mining company they need more. They need this 500 megawatts. That means that we could all begin to talk to them. How we do one together. Next slide. Yeah. So if you summarize that, what's in a president in plan? Short term, long, medium term, long term. By the time you look at it, by the time we done 2020, by God in power, we go down more than double waiting we need. I tell you, I say 271 capacity day. Waiting with the hope so we go build with the private sector. It's about 422. Take these numbers down. Why? I don't tell you, I say they take time. And the important for hold every administration accountable. Now that's make Ghana go before. Every administration adds something. It not come back say they can't do new studies. We waste money and time on study after study. Take these numbers down, take locations down. I don't tell when I say 1 do 422. What if we do 350? But 350, pass it to me too. We don't add more. But the next person for add maybe double because it's in only foundation. That's the accountability you need, not to the politics of energy. You want to hold us accountable to this. That's what helped Ghana. Ghana politician, then they ask and say, so what you can say? Electricity, how many megawatts are you going to add? Then they ask the rural electrification, the people who come on rural areas. I know, because I used to collaborate with the Ghana Energy Commission. Then they ask MP, so my brother, you want our vote? The line now is in that village. When is it going to come here? If they give that time, they say, no, we know it's 15 kilometers. They want you to commit because electricity brings growth and economic development and social development. These numbers are important. Why I'm saying that? We're very clear where we want to go. That's why I agree with President. That's Abu Hab. With all that you asked me for, Abu Hab for work with Edmond and Noni and the leadership with Andrew there, because I know how to do this. We can fix it. I know how to do it, we can fix it, but we require partnerships. Private sector. We need other people. So aside the land issue day. These past 3 days, we will call Ministry of Land, do your that land business, sign the paper. We need for install the solar plant. That's my role, catalytic. Get things moving, make sure these deadlines are met. But go out, go for more money. Now we say supervise the ministry too. On in behalf as minister. That's the spirit. But you see how we get together, so that's how we work. It's us, it's not me, it's not somebody else. First thing, me, all not affecting. But let me conclude by saying with all of this, President is so clear of what he want to do. We said we meet with her every month. I don't tell when I say we organize her every month, small. Let when they check for you if they move, because if you put pressure for we, me say they go back. I call engineer Mana. I say remember who promised them people a day, do it. And President don't tell me clear. If some side they don't even, will they change leadership? Yeah, he means it. We'll change leadership. Who's the leadership? Not political leadership no more. The people who do the work are not the politicians. People left for blame politicians when you're not doing work. It's through the value chain. Director, now you job this, you don't deliver. Because for that anything happen, all man get enrolled. So with that introduction, we wanted to use this opportunity for say, the retreat what we do, it build on waiting on the sector for 6, almost even 10 years. But we don't harvest the low-hanging fruit, we don't harvest on the difficult problems, and we address them with partnership. And we're determined to do it, and we're ready to help. And so in that context, the colleagues themselves will be not agree, they will pick picks on side the way that they add. It takes long because these are the level of Creole, so I translate and behave from analytical English to Creole. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, Manoy from the leader of the sector himself, the targets in 6 months, the targets in the medium term, and the targets by 2028. He say for hold them accountable. Now I make una there, and that's make we there. I just want to point out, say not to show you a video. I care for my man and say, yeah, you know, be this so. For let you get the leader of the sector. For let you come publicly, he break down in numbers, waiting the happen at that sector day, and talk about the challenges they will face. So you have been doing a president bill and you don't change here. It's got to be left and guess. So now we go to the deputy minister one for make himself una now at the time now. So just quickly, because we can't open to questions, but one time now deputy minister, obviously I don't say the leader of the sector don't basically cover the whole part. But is there an angle where the chairman don't left out or we want to just reiterate? And within the sector, we talk about one of the questions that we don't receive already na the role we una dey play versus the State House. You did at the ministry. Shed light on that.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister, and let me also appreciate you and your team for this wonderful weekly kind of engagement. To our esteemed journalists, I'm bringing on our own greetings from the Ministry of Energy, and I'm happy we're there today with the entire leadership of the sector. And of course, this is my second appearance so far in this weekly engagement, which the Honorable Minister only preached over the past couple of months. So far, within the Honorable Chair don't present and summarize, speak to exactly within the happen the energy sector. And as a matter of fact, it is by no means a mistake where they advised that to get for face the public today. And for me personally, it's also very exciting and refreshing to get this kind of engagement, because naturally energy issue has been a very topical issue with almost every turn. Even this morning when I listened to the Minister of Information, I'm sure he was inundated with several questions related to energy. But as smart as he is, of course, they've been shared everything for this afternoon. So we are very much excited for take some of the questions in. But going back to waiting the Honorable Chair, who is the sector leader, don't present, I think they don't summarize everything. Because by and large, they don't talk mostly on the generation target, looking at even the constraints in our transmission and distribution network, and also looking at some of the policy reforms that are also ongoing. And for we at the ministry, we're very much open to having this kind of engagement and collaboration. But one of the primary responsibilities so far in the sector, generally, is for to drive President Bio's vision, and for to drive some of the policies and we go at least, stop the negative narratives and all over the place with respect to energy deficit. So my role, and I'm sure the colleague as well in role, speak to that kind of cohesive engagement we will get in the sector, and we will continue to have that and see how we'll be able to drive some of our policy ambitions and forward, and also achieve some of these targets. A lot has been said, but primarily if I can just talk small on one of the one of the key components that we probably the Honorable Chair made mention of short while ago, has to do with one of our flagships at the ministry, very careful do it, which we call the mini grid system. The mini grid are one of the flagships we don't do at the sector for quite some time now, and as a matter of fact, we don't get several kind of good lessons or good kind of outcomes in some of them communities in the. When I again talk about the establishment of the rural electrification energy, which is something we drive currently. So we try to put the concept together, but primarily one of the major goals of establishing that particular agency now for make sure that we drive access, particularly in hard to reach areas. That is just one. And on our system, we get a lot of interventions, particularly in the rural areas. But one thing we at least we don't lack over time is about having a centralized coordination kind of mechanism. So that agency primarily also therefore serve that purpose, to serve a central coordination platform where most of the rural electrification programs are also going to be delivered. Looking at all of this, they also go with some of the day-to-day kind of activities in some of the rural communities, and some of them go and ask, say, yes, we get 10 flagship but there's a whole lot of challenges. Yes, indeed there are challenges, but then challenges they currently that they will work on the reforms. And even as the main regulator there, who is the Director General of EWIC, currently we only work with them for C. I will also have some strong policy decisions then, particularly on tariff, because I don't know whether that question is going to come up. Why people in the rural areas are paying far more than us in the urban and peri-urban areas. So these are some of the ongoing reforms, because as we speak, with the support from our partners, we don't develop a cost-reflective tool, which we call a vital tool. That is also ongoing, because it takes several variables or parameters where over time not be reflected in the original kind of tool which was used to even determine some of these. So by and large, we as a government set by His Excellency's vision, we don't commit say in the next 3 to 4 years, we will provide well over 200 mini-grid access points. And as we speak, it's not surprising why even the 7 countries that come here on Friday can get this major engagement, because World Bank they try for rollout well over several mini-grids to over 300 million population across Africa. So they don't take Salon as a study hall, because we have for now 90 or 97 mini-grids. So they look and say, we don't go far ahead in terms of experience sharing and also lessons learned. So we are going to benefit from that, and we believe, given the role we President will play over time, I'm pretty sure we are going to get a whole lot in that entire budget the way I'm sure the World Bank is going to announce and maybe present. So this is something of an exciting news that is looming, and we hope say Una Sefu that the journalists will help for share that good news day. That is just President new vision. And so far we only get tangible kind of output for actualize our vision. We get the European Union already, we don't commit over about 50 million euros for look at accelerating mini grids. So in all of this, we are looking at, I'm pretty sure, I don't want to give the target or maybe give the numbers in there, but I'm pretty sure the vision or the target the President has set, particularly in that landscape, is going to be achieved.
Thank you, sir. Well, Deputy Minister 1, he don't focus on mini grids. I want to ask Deputy Minister 2 for talk about delivery as well within the ministry, just briefly, and then I will go first to MCC, because eggs are very popular. We will end with eggs. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Minister. Thank you for the time. So, Chairman Yumkella don't take in 10. You don't go through all of them, plan them, what we get, and the targets and what we get. Now, very important engagement standing. But at the same time, we are the ministry and we are the EGCG. We know they forget but how they survive day to day. So every Tuesday, we can get what we call the Service Delivery Coordination meeting by 10 o'clock. That meeting day, we get Ministry of Energy representation, we get ETSA representation, we get EGTC, we get the project units. Inside that meeting, then we can talk about what's going to happen with lights today. So today we sit down, we ETSA network engineer and tell we say, oh, today Aberdeen, we get so and so problem. The other engineers say, we get so and so problem back na Eastern. We get conversation back, but both Kenima, waiting how much lights they get yesterday, how much lights they get last week, how much lights we get for them this week, what we get for do for the next week. So, President Bio, you don't make mistake, we make with Boku, they in the power sector. We get the leadership where they really drive the strategy, and all of them program they will get for do. We get Dr. Taylor where they really drive the administration, the legislation, and then engagements and with donors. And then me, fortunately, I'm an engineer, I'm a mechanical engineer. So me, they take me time, I always sit down with the engineer them, I always they on the move. We, in necessary 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm gonna power station or I'm gonna the substation, sit down with the engineer and we troubleshoot, waiting at the issues there. So President, they don't create a team where they cover all teams across the board. So Leone and often say, now, plan the normal we can for engaging with. We also get that every single day, any morning, we know what's going to go on in the city. We know how they feel the pinch, or they feel the pain, and we care about that, and we get these short-term, immediate solutions today, where they try for do cut here at times for Leone and forget lights. It's not easy, it's not easy. And even though the 12 months, 18 months, 24 months in there, but that every day we try the best. We don't always get to the way how we want time, but we definitely try to make sure say day to day we get lights. And within now with my brother, Director General July, he gets sleepless nights, Director General of ETSA. Joe not sleep. Joe your phone, me I don't know how it is. any day or any minute, Joe must get 10, 12 calls for minutes. But Joe always they try to respond, and I saw EDSA Day, and I saw EGPC Day. We there for.
Well, I want to tell the two deputy ministers and thank you for way I think we are not help for really break down again the different priority areas. And chairman, it really shows so that they speak from the same hymn sheets and are all sing together. And hopefully this harmonious chorus will lead to delivery for the people of Salone. I can attest to the fact that we all call July all the time. He said, my brother, if lights go, they call out. So I don't say, I don't back my own. But I think we team finally people pay attention. I'm glad the team, the engineer does talk. While we focus on the strategic long term, it only stops me for being responsive in the short term. So, now like in peace building, they say, therefore they deal with the long term underlying causes of the conflict, but you don't mean say, they respond every day as the situation. So that make not perfect, and we don't see say not going to be perfect in the short term, but governments they lay the foundation for them we solve the problem even as we respond on a daily basis. Part of the long term with you in there, you don't come here a few times on the platform. So just maybe add to it the chairman don't talk about give me an update on MCC. Who's with you now? Since you last came here, people are really MCC is one of the most popular topic there as minister because people ask me all the time. So maybe just give a quick update and then we will end with answer and open up for questions.
I will certainly give an update on Usawide in terms of the MCC implementation since we don't sign. But just for take off from the points where we make around the short term and the long term, and when I see the example of governments they coordinate. But the other part of this way need coordination are the development partners. So when governments now they be very clear within a short term, medium term, long term goals, it means that the partners the way they work hand in hand with the government of Salone get direction as well in terms of whose side they want for go. So one of the challenges that would on there in the sector where MCC they hope for can try for help with is related to the work around how they coordinate all man, how they make sure say all man they add. So we want to make sure say now we need to get programs that we think that need to make sense, not to priority of government, but inside that coordination framework they where MCC they help with all the other partners that don't coincide. Now for make sure say we all clear what we need for do today, what we need for do tomorrow, what we need for do in the future. It means that we'll be able to streamline the resources, make sure say we use the resources more efficiently. So now the other thing that we get for change for the sector related to how all the partners there, governments need to work together, but all the partners that need to work hand in hand under the direction of government for they be able to make the change. Because waiting Dr. Yumkella don't show so an ambitious plan. That kind of plan they need for money. Government of Salone certainly not get that kind of money there. So it means that we get to depend on partners then like MCC, like World Bank, FCDO for coming and put investment side away government's not able because we get other things that we need for spend time. We need for spend time education, time health, all the other services there. So when Dr. Yumkella they talk about the transmission and the distribution system updates, that then are hundreds of millions of dollars. We just come up conference where they talk about the just transition plan. When you think about the investment profile, if I'm not wrong, between now and 2050, we talk about over billions of dollars of investments. Governments not get that money because the obligations are too many. So we therefore think about how we work with the different partners and for prioritize the different investments then and for able to move the sector go before. So in terms of MCC, also with the coming importance for we all understand this MCC not only short-term solutions that what they talk about. MCC na long-term, medium-term kind investment we go really stabilize the sector. So that's why we governments are able to spend. Governments are able to put 200 million per transmission line right now because the needs for health education too big. So that means in a day MCC they come in for do that kind of long-term investments there. When government say they do private sector, they do Dr. Yumkella explain. Private sector, their interest, now around that generation area. That thing where you call infrastructure for lady power go, mostly na the development partners that they do that day. So MCC, the focus na that transmission, the distribution, the policy environment for we attract the private sector investment, and the governance reforms, and that's now what we focus on. In terms of timelines, just for remind all man again, we don't sign, we tell God thank you. We did what they call the mobilization phase. So we can launch Boku procurements, then we are on look at. When I can see the website, we therefore work with Ministry of Information, so people then go get the information. We hire people there, so when I don't see, we advance them, so then they stand up the office right now. And then once we don't mobilize, we don't do all the design work, then we begin to implement in 2026. 2026 we the build, take go. So all the transmission, all the distribution, all the dispatch, now 2026 for 5 years. After that, we know say we go see that kind outcome where Dr. Yumkella is talking about. A more stable, more resilient, more power, and let all man able to enjoy life and salon, and let we see private sector they grow vis-a-vis that power we available.
Thank you very much. MCC. I always talk and say MCC they do someone is still laid out. Although the procurement process starts to they advertise, because they believe in talk, it don't deliver. It deliver. What's important on waiting they just talk, now that MCC na part of the long term, because as I be some of now. Next week they will begin say, for more than sign MCC today, lights not come. MCC na part of the long term, ways them for address the structural problem they will get. And then the chairman not talk, you don't outline. On the short term, Engineer Andrew Kaili, you are the chairman for the board of EDSA. And I think apart from that, you are someone who is very respectful at this country as one of the top engineers there. So as part of this plan, during the short time when you don't be chair of the board of EDSA, what do you do? What do you do for create the necessary reform them? For lay the foundation for the big plan here, which chairman just talk about at the sector.
Thank you. We will concentrate on now on the short-term reforms. Of course, I get a lot of operational problems, and also I get a lot of questions on that, so we're not ready for that. But like I just tell you, what will go on? I mean, when I not say EDSA, we lost them high. We are not seeing operational problems, and we don't embark upon reform. Let I just tell you about reform, because we don't deal with the power sector for 20 years. We don't talk about reform for 20 years, and the reform, basically, there is a reason for the reform. We want reliable electricity, we want to make it affordable, we want efficiency, and so on. They don't get management contracts, several, they don't get unbundling. But this particular reform is very serious. They don't tell them about MCC program. But for the short term, we need for KICOP this energy sector, this EDSA. And there are things what they do. I just want to take one briefly through the 5 stages of the reform ODIPA. First of all, the first one for increased electricity access. Dr. Yumkella don't tell about all the generation programs and where they go on. Minister said don't tell them. The other program where they install easily the respite project, where go increase reliability and access to other areas. We don't tell them. So there is access to electricity. But that access they really, but now they try for extend that, because every year we add about 35,000 new customers that EDSA get about 350,000 customers, we add about 35,000 every year. And we want to increase that because salon access to electricity get for go beyond 36%. At the same time, when they try to increase the access, they try to make it reliable. So, double-edged sword, they get problem. But there is some work going on and then projects they need. What they do now for manage them projects they are so that it come to fruition. Of course, the big thing will be when MCC come on stream. When we get a transmission backbone, then we begin to do all them jobs and they, but for now, we can't wait for that. Secondly, we need for increased financial sustainability. What does that mean? EDSA they lost a lot. of the power they generate, they lost as much as 50% or more. And that technical and commercial losses. Technical losses are the lines and everything. Commercial losses, steep electricity, not billing, and so on. There's a lot being done. Where we do a profile of the power supply, we find out say, a few large customers that they account for most of ETSA revenues. So we get programs there now, we're funded by donors, where they actually become with embedded advisors. Then sit down there at ETSA. In fact, they start program next week. And this, my four companies are there. Leone, they do Power Africa, they do Tetra Tech, they do Yesterday, we just got a close-out meeting with the Danish Energy Agency. Then said they help with that. They actually come, and we're going to be very robust about that. The next few months, probably we'll go help some people there. We're going to go door to door to all their large customers there, audit them, because there are people who are not paying for electricity. There is no reason for them to pay power, we pay other people, and then 50% of the electricity will not able to account for it. So that loss reduction exercise is going to be very robust. And the driver, the chief operating officer, and I in charge of that. Financial sustainability, we also look at several things that will make ETSA more viable. Third one, improve service delivery. Improve service delivery, we try to get some money for that. Service delivery means the bad electricity to people that they get. We don't make no bones about that. We get power outages, you don't see them light off, you know they supply people and better electricity, outages then they, sometimes they then they can supply for days. So we realize that there is something being done in that respect. In fact, one of the things that this Danish Energy Agency do for we, that for can work with the team on their issues that they, which we need. When I'm able to troubleshoot underground faults, when I get a vehicle for that, when I get the right machinery, when our software are able to tell when I get changes, when I get good protection system. So we are looking at all of those. We know say service delivery band. The other thing again we will own up to, another way small and ask you questions, is that we respond to people, we can improve on that. People then they complain to me every day, saying, then the phone answer, we don't answer, then they do this, they got it for 3-4 days. That is being looked at. If we see now, we see they get a daily report. Me and Jola, they talk, they put a robust system in place. Communication is very, very important, and that they will come into place. Fourth one will be with the enhanced institutional capacity. ETSA of itself get good engineers, but you can't believe half of the workers at ETSA are contract workers. And some of them, they do very, very sensitive jobs. Then they be commercial, then they on the lines and so on, and that is not good for ETSA. So we are training people, we are improving their capacity. The Danish Energy Agency, I will mention them as well. Then most of them on our reform program where they talk about the lawyers and so on, they come with a training component. Then train people for improve their capacity. Two things that we don't do, we don't get a chief operating officer. That chief operating officer, they report directly to Jonah High as the DG, then they report to me as board chairman. All the major areas that where it is called we concern ETSA, we don't put her in charge of. They're in charge of distribution, they're in charge of this load business, this commercial business, and most of the sensitive areas. And we are driving that. We are driving that because when they do a reform, there is always what you call reform capture. People then there within the system when we planning. But people that live within the system, again, we can be reform champions. There are good people in that side, not so on the bad. So we try to identify them one day. The chief operating officer, the work with them. Kandeh mentioned, say, we get a chief information officer. We are very IT driven, then billing system and whatnot, the manipulation and so on, the technological part. We don't go through the interviews. We're at the last stages of the interview. That person they can come on board very soon. So institutional capacity building, with the training engineers then, recently, we don't set up 2 sections at ETSA. We've not been get a section for project management. That project actually today, a funded project. We don't set up one for management project. Public staff project, say a meter project, or distribution project, one for CM to the end. Then when they don't know manage projects, no say, if you don't get good management, you go do and say something, the last mile, now somebody will come and go do ZT. So we have set up a project management unit. We have also, we revamped the corporate planning unit. So we have put the structure in ETSA for institutional capacity. And the last one I want to mention, the enhanced private sector participation. Whatever you do, from 2000 on, when we talk about the energy sector, we say, yes, the private sector in. But you have to be very, very selective and which side you get the private sector for coming and sort out the problem. We've been, for the past few months, we get Deloitte, we look at the study, we work with them, we don't find out how we will set them up, how we work with the private sector. Funnily enough, when we put adverts out, when we contact people, there were a lot of major companies that were interested. We'd be surprised. Because if they look at ETSA and say, hey, this is a basket case, so they're interested. But there are major companies, I'm not going to call them names, who are interested. There is one well-known thing as some other country in Africa, they don't run this kind of program. There is a major Western country, they are coming in. And whichever one we choose, the private sector participation is going to take off. We are just trying for define now how the private sector work in, with the staffing, with various areas. But it's not total privatization because the assets will still belong to ETSA. ETSA, whatever you might look at, we say we're in a basket case, we get assets. All land distribution, all the buildings, all that, and we get that. So that private sector player is coming in. And when they come in, for the first 2 years, it will do modest investments, he will study the system, then he comes with a large investment. So we're going to work with him, ETSA will still work with that outside partner through a special purpose vehicle. So these are the reforms going on in ETSA. But I must say, to be very honest, I wish I could get more money for work with. But whatever money they don't give me, we will work with them. And secondly, we have to tie them to performance. Give me tell them and the way they come for them, no business, and they say this Deloitte and so on. When we go to people, then high price customer, then we know they pay for electricity. When we start for pay, the people that when they collect, we will put them on an incentive scheme. There is also, VP and others encourage you more behave like a good commercial enterprise. If we get money, we will invest them in the sector. All the outages they have, when they get to the bad distribution, so we're not going to solve them. But we will try. Because some study they will have been doing and say, for sort out all ETSA in problems now, distribution, we will need about $50 million. We'll just not get that kind of money. But if we give few $1 million, we will try. This is what we are. So, yes, things are not good. But me don't tell the staff, I don't tell ETSA, say, I want honesty. I know I'm not going to hide anything. If things bad now, ETSA, I'm not going to talk about. Let me address that. But this is what we are doing. There are short-term reform measures going on in ETSA. Thank you.
All right. The plan is comprehensive, then transparent, and you can see they're really well thought out. So I think the headline for Fabula is that we know say problem we can ban energy access. We are aware say problem they plenty. But government not just get a plan for the future, but they work today already for address the challenge them in the short term, in the medium term, and in the long term. Now we can open for questions. Online, I get 24 questions already. So I can read through all the questions then first, as I can do. I will try to summarize some of them because some of them are repetitive. As you can imagine, eggs are very popular. Alright, so I'll read through them, and then after that, I'll give you a chance, starting with the chairman, for comments briefly. Look, normally this press conference now 1 hour 30 minutes, but I'll be announcing today we'll do 2 hours. So I really ask the panel to come to the response. We will not be very comprehensive on the presentation, I'm not impose no time. So now to the response, I want being followed be very concise and direct. Yeah? First question, Dr. Sylvia Blyden. He said Pakanja will resign. Chief Minister Dr. David Senge will talking for renegotiate power, but now they talk about new plans for another renegotiation. So it is time for us if Dr. David Senge's mission not will succeed. EDSA requires some high-handed leadership. There is a very high rate of indiscipline according to Kombalebi. It's waiting at the night shifts in a pickup van for response to emergencies. Abubakar Kamara said transparency and load shedding are key thing for people that wait for no time for expect lights. Again, that question you can in advance. So some will not already address them. If the question has been addressed, and the leader just encourage more people that will send the question online. But I'm not expecting for them to respond to again. Yeah? Some areas with same characteristics getting more light than others. So this question of uneven distribution. We see the EDSA will give small fleets on lights. It's capital city. Now less than 2 million people will only will enjoy stable lights. One anonymous person. Somebody else say why people they complain about blackouts and fleets on, which makes students may not enjoy 24-hour lights like other countries. Somebody asked a big question, Chairman. He said, waiting una expect for we as citizens for contribute to this sustainable electric supply in our community. I like that question there. Waiting will be punishment for EDSA workers and the way they conspire for other people that receive lights and for state governments. Somebody asked for the strategy that will not take for sustainable electric supply. I think we don't have to get so lonely. Dr. Blyden, they also asked again about Chief Minister. You see, the Chief Minister Bingo, you see, the delegation will go almost money is spent for the CAPA negotiation. He also be asked again another one. He said Chief Minister been talking on social media, say he don't successfully negotiate. So if he agrees, say that not to be true. John B. Jr. say if EDSA they get court order before they enter people the premise as prescribed under the Electricity Act of 2011 on suspicion of offences under the Act. If not, why not? Wetin make way at the pay the bill and support for wetin make another pay EDSA bill from the web from the website. He say convenience go make it easy for them to collect my money or make it pay now by orange money. So I don't know, but okay, he say by the web. So maybe one more. The other person say who still will expect smart meter. By the way, one of the journalists there, the question they don't ask them, don't ask again. I can't say that. He say, who still will expect smart meter so that we pull human error? Who still will don't go down the electric power for permanent solution? Or the person say, Mona de Dr. Blyden also asked another question about the Senge again. He say, if it's okay for the Chief Minister, say if you're not deliver in 6 months now for quits. Mohamed Usman Beshi say elect for no who still implement a town hall engagement by area for all to talk about meaningful electricity and then community there. Why up to the current moment fit on the lights? Okay, we don't read that already. Okay, the person asked if they incorporate rollout of solar home systems or solar generators inside our electricity plan. The other person say, wait till make it will take 6 months for long access to meter. He say he pay for meter in March. Now kono, he say 30 days don't get a meter day. Okay, somebody claims say again some area they get more lights past some others. Okay, then somebody also said you are not publish load shedding by area. Alright. I don't always advise you say if you ask the question online, guarantee it at the leader. Now, a ballot system. So look at the chairman. The question of I think you can group them. I think generally the sentiments there very clear. So you start and then we will be EDSA.
And they left all the EDSA questioning for the chairman of EDSA and the DG of EDSA. They will answer all. So DG of Health already know more than they give mic here, but you both they give first. So car power, when I know the facts, car power begin in 2018. When I know say, I don't show on the table, they will supply up to 65 megawatts, especially dry season, like from now now we need them till June, then by July now, Umuna they kick in more because by now, the water level can begin drop. Then we don't hot lights per we match. But when I get to understand the history, 20 years, this country there on emergency power. When I don't hear about Agreco machines, have been temporary emergency solution. When I don't hear about income electric, have been temporary emergency solution. Now I don't hear about car power. So 20 years. And something we bring temporary solution, we know they fix the structural issues. Now, car power contract, if we don't June next year. So for begin talk now. Right now we owe them money. And they don't say, but who noticed to we now? So what I will say now, one of the decisions the way president take Friday, they don't tell we for form a committee. So yesterday, 7:15, as you know, Minister of Finance, we don't set up the committee for begin negotiate with capital. We dream, and I make the number and the important. Now for let this country not use emergency power again. The transition from emergency to permanent solution, therefore, painfully small. But wait till I show now. At the coming to Nabak tell and say, now so far we don't negotiate. Now so we don't reach, or now so we don't reach. And we all therefore share the pain depending on the circumstance. But waiting me one do, and that made me a volunteer tell presidency I will do this Batman job. Me, I want to lay the foundation in this country for the next 20 years, I will not get emergency power again. We will not lend anybody in ship, we will not lend anybody in generator. Tell them they Agreco, they fly the machine and kind of will use until they take it back. Not so. Abu there, I've been former head of ETSA. Yeah? Other tenant they will bring other temporary machine there, they will pay big money. I remember a scandal come out World Bank. Me and this team, under the leadership of President Bill, now that problem they will want solve. But the practice, but who later don't come into you say, una the owing, una for pay. Since the contract they done June, all that money una the pay all. So we hear it and you carry they talk about loss reduction. Revenue collection, we must do it. Because finance no go they pay. The money we finance for use for school, now they go big and say 7 o'clock is the Fantama they are happy. He say, hey, I will pay salary for so. Now that situation they will not want again. Let me sit down, money we for go for education, healthcare, or salary, we say let me first but go pay somebody. We not want that. But not transition. We can begin negotiation. Second, and say what citizens for do you have vigilance? If we put them money inside, we put power line. But let them not cut and say they go make pots go. If you do and in the neighborhood, you should call people who not butter. Because now you are above, not so. Because on side and now that's not where they go. They don't put the line, but we not put power in. So man clever, now they go cut and go pull the copper. Now we are above, they don't take me 4 years, forget our money for one. Vigilance, but number 2, responsibility. Please pay. Energy costs money. Maintenance costs money. If we not do our get problem. Finally, I don't do on the timetable. Now part of the long-term strategy, within 2 to 3 years, we're pushing hard. And 6 months deadline, I don't remember down the time. Okay, the Boku question about the Chief Minister. When I understand, say we a team. Right now, VP, I don't meet with VP past 5-10 these 3 months. Because first they're not to be me work for, take care of the sector every day. We like hot, na Nuni and Edred they call, not to me. But now he said they call me. But VP, I don't meet with them, but waiting because they get one for play. Some of this energy will one buy to neighbor, nice a bit of other people they did. The chief minister get enrolled. Inside get enrolled. So now a whole team. Because some 10 days, some other team will be like land issue. Now lands. I know one joke go na lands once they go meet to rad. I therefore tell chief minister say, chief minister help me back. Call land step to rad say they come. That's how we for put that poll. we demand no bill illegally, they give you hard time. The past 2 months, we don't send 2 ministers for go beg somebody, we bill and land, we not for bill. The one tell we will pay $100,000. By illegal installation, what is it? They get a family for factory. We say Edmond, we call IG. So finally, we can go to VP, we say you are called so and so family for me, tell and say this why the deadline is not passed, because they block the whole community. So in these circumstances, Chief Minister get enrolled. And indeed, when the crisis be March, President asked her for stepping. March to May. Then by August, President formed EGCG, end of August, he said, okay, Kandeh, you said tribal. But you for brief me and Chief Minister and VP regularly, so we say for coming, and I tell when I say these 3 months we me don't involve. None of them know they were not in there for use. Now the retreat, now Chief Minister summarize the action point. So people they ask why he say 6 months, if people not deliver for fire there, not to talk about. Now the boss man. The boss man, I know who call the boss in here. He said, how much do you need? The man give a figure. He said, are you sure? He said, yes. He said, okay, finance. Provide the funds. He said, when will you finish? He begin forge force, he said March, he said May, he said this. Now say you be telling, he say April. Now he say, yes sir, end of April. Now he said, I hold you accountable. And he turned to me, he said, and he has to do it because I'm giving him public money. So also Chief Minister put 6 months now from the conversation. VP said the instruction. We your job, DM1, DM2, me, the chairman, I will deliver that mandate to. And we said echo. Now it's a business. As I said, if we raise 8 million to 9 million every month, if now 4 million or 5 million no more they do, well, if you did Manchester United, what do you do? Manager they change more. So now that we say if something they not work, yes, I give a full mandate and talk on a public, changes will be made. So this is why the whole notion of accountability, when you see I say just on the answer question, I know the answer. Not a big job. Because we pay people there for all, and then the technician and then no make this as a big. So we all accountable to owner and we for deliver. So now next side and then they pick solar home system, I should say DM1 and DM2, something like that. But I think you don't take the answer one.
Yes, that was going to answer. Thank you, sir. And I know say DG there, so Chair, if you at some point you want to give DG the microphone, we will oblige. Go ahead.
I go round Mockman some, then I go left and give the technical explanation, DDG. We talk about high rate of indiscipline at EDSA, and we go left down the DDG. We are not saying we as a board, they act upon that. We don't form a very robust board, and we get the backing of the minister. We talk about load sharing, transparency, and uneven distribution. This is something that we're worried about. This outage is going to occur because of the aging distribution system, the way we dispatch power. Yes, we admit it's there. This is something I took up with the DG, and we're doing something about it. Maybe DG will log more data about what we're doing. When you get such unpredictability, very difficult for the industry to say, well, we do the power at this time or at that time. But we want to get to a system whereby we will get transparent load sharing program. This issue about what we expect from the citizen can develop more panel. But a lot of the things that we people that they do, as I tell you that, and this very reports that we come from them embedded advisors because they don't come before, they look at the system before they come. The amount of illegality where they take place from people there, where some of them are not they bill them, some of them haven't paid their bills for about a whole year, they're not they can report. Things, obviously, some of it done in collusion with people within EDSA. The damage to transformers, the illegal abstraction of electricity, most people that are involved in. That is something where we get for really step a foot down on. So citizens can do certain things. Unfortunately, some countries are there people that they look at shameful set of electricity, but not this country. Then this does EDSA have court order? One of the things that we try for the government for, remember in Liberia, we reduced the losses by 30%. Then we get a robust task force. We mandated by government. They're going to us, they find out saying they illegally abstract electricity, you know what they will do to you. In fact, most countries that even this meter what they see now, so not supposed to be indoors for transparent series, for put outside. So there are measures what we put in place Probably what you get now not robust enough, but me and DG will rock much on that. And the website DG also will mention that. The smart meter DG will mention that. But the whole thing about metering, like I mentioned and again, we get problems with meters. We get up to 17 different types of meters at EDSA. The chief operating officer will come say about 20 meters they fail per day. So there are problems with metering. And the metering, the way we would do one, we're not quite satisfied. The board therefore look at a system whereby probably we will change the procurement system. We'll get a look at all man they recommend, so we'll go for the new meter specifications. So metering now one thing we're very wrong at EDSA, we'll get for begin look at. Even the leadership will come, they mention the same thing. So I would just like for pass on to DG, like you go into the more technical issues. Do I?
All right, DG Timabiana, and talk.
Thank you, John. Good afternoon. So I will try for continue from the side one level. So for EDSA, we measuring up and we meet time. Okay. So metering is very, very important for us. If we not get the metering right, no matter how much light can inside the network, we never will account for in terms of money. So let me go see Chama very passionate to talk about. We need to get metering right. And along those lines, I want to say we don't start the path towards that. More recently, through the World Bank funded project, we don't install smart meters to then be customers to waiting Chama Yumkella and Chama Kandeh talk. They account for over 30% of the energy, but they make up less than 1% of the population. So then we don't give them smart meters. And then smart AMI meters that allow me for actually monitor real time from any service you need. Once you get the software on your network, then you know exactly if this was here in light their own, and once it's a bomb, waiting for bomb. So when the bills then come now at the end of the month, we try to compare the actual bill with what we know say you for the bomb. So it is helping us in that regard. For regular customers then, we don't quite reach the 8, but that's the path because they will cook too much. So it's going to take a lot of money for them to get all domestic users there for be on smart metering. But that is the way forward. Because with smart meter now, as you touch your meter, either will disconnect you straight or we know say you don't touch the meter and they will take action.
So we have timeline for transition to smart meter?
So there is a procurement process that has to go on. There is some cash involvement. That's something we take to the board. And then once we get the green light from the board, we source the funds then and proceed.
Then a long way to say that it will take a long time.
Not long. Give or take in the next 12 months, the plan is we will begin to roll out domestic users to smart metering.
Alright, so that will be within the medium term plan then. I'll add on the medium term. Thank you very much, DG. You can take a seat. I shall say additional question that will come for you. Deputy Minister, one questions on transitioning as well on solar, mining solar. In fact, I'll just see one additional question on that. Maybe you have comments on one of the questions we will get. Yes.
Thank you very much again, Honourable Minister. And one of the questions that I have on rollout of solar home systems, as whether it is part of our reform. Well, yes, that possibly has a question. I think you asked a very valid and good question. One of the policy framework of energy, therefore, do it with national electrification strategy. That will work with the development partners then. We make sure that we identify 5 technologies we will also enhance electricity access all over the country. One, therefore, do with grid connection, mini grid systems, and also solar home systems. And if you're interested, say, for the solar home systems, we get well over 16,000 communities in this country where at least we identify say will be eligible for solar home kind of systems. So that is also part of our strategic plan, and that is the more reason why we are also pushing for this rural electrification agency, because this also therefore speak to enhancing access primarily in the rural areas.
Thank you, sir. There was a question on power stability. I see the Deputy Minister too for comments on as well. Use that mic.
Thank you, Minister. So, question be there around this load shedding and how we'll for communicate. Chairman, Yumkella been touched on them small. If they take supply from supply partner, we in the same lights to we. The lights they come, the lights they go, the lights they come, the lights they go. If me don't promise soon and say today by 10 o'clock na morning you get lights, then the person where they give me na the power sector electricity, in own light supply and so we back una feel say na lie with lie too now. So that's not the problem we face today. Now I make we engage in some of them strategy that we'll get for buy from the neighbor them, for fix we own engine them. Once we get them supply them there, we know say we own supply stable. So we'll for come to and say so and so time now you get light. So we get a lot where we look at, but that is one of the major problems there. Me no go come promise on something, then the person will promise them to me not perform fine. So that's one area or that's one issue. Something else where we really focus on is this productive use of electricity. We talk about the household, but somebody may not talk something, say electricity or energy is the backbone of the country in economy. We get business system, we get small businesses, we get entrepreneurs, we get big business system, we get factory them, where they all rely on energy. So one major thing we'll focus on now is how we'll get electricity to the business then. Let them business then able for make profits, let them able for create more work for people then. So now we get more, some now we get work from them, company them. And we as governments we're able for support the economy and we're able for improve things. So it's very important to us get stable electricity supply.
All right, now on our turn. Thank you very much. As soon as I know, we do 5 questions, and make I just remind all man I say, just in case you forget, the only star that we get ahead today, and the one that we understand. Your job now to ask question. Your name and your question. Direct. I don't want to give face, no, nothing. Straight to the question we take. Start on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyone on this side, then I will do this side. So I get 4 on this side. Anybody else? No, not take the 4. Go.
Yes. The name now Mahmoud Silla from the Nature newspaper. Engineer Kylie, he talked about loss reduction strategy we will get for rollout. I want to tell the listeners how we want for do it. We do only you and the team at ETSA or involve civil society and the media for allow get a transparency in this loss reduction strategy. As you say, we move from house to house.
That's you. Thank you.
I'm Leone, Galaxy Video. I just want to ask the lead team or the team in general, as electricity for a permanent solution, if you don't ever think of negotiating with car power ship, like we get tools for me, we for get car power ship, pay for them and get them just as we get the toll gates, law gets toll power ship.
Alright, thank you. Next question.
Ibrahim Sarasisi, Voice of Salon Radio.
Yes.
Engineer,
listen, please.
Engineer, because right now we don't see transformer in the board greatly. How long will it take na ETSA for replacement transformer there?
The question will go to Andrew Kelly, aka under my so one press release will come up from ETSA, we then state some community citizens for get an intermittent supply of electricity as a result of mechanical reasons. So how far the institution don't try for some of them.
Communities like
And I'm not get specific, but like in this instance part,
specifically.
Okay, so you want to know how they don't solve the mechanical problem the way they lead to intermittent electricity. Alright, thank you very much. Now we'll answer them 4 and they will come on the next slide so that we'll continue to manage the time. Number 1 is the loss reduction strategy. Chairman, how they involve civil society. And then number 2 will be to this other chairman. In terms of the solutions, long term, which make, and actually people will laugh, myself don't want that question there. Why not that issue? Why not get into the BOT agreements? You know, so maybe we thank you for that question. Number 3, how long will it take for restore transformer them will they don't be broken and they are tied to the mechanical? So answer your outside related question there. They'll come to the chairman for the bigger one around the imagination and waiting the part of it to be imagined. Yeah? Good.
Loss reduction strategic program. Because you get over how many customers, you know, go to each and every one. Well, as I can tell you, customers then they really account for about 50% of the power we sell, and are big customers. And we get evidence say some of them are not billed, some of them they pay lower bill than waiting them forget. Some of them the installations then at the premises is very suspect. A whole lot of things that we don't list down. So this loss reduction program, they can then divide people into teams. The people and they from the consultancy, they work with EDSA people, then they go door to door. If necessary, we will get security forces if we. But it's not an inquisition, because certain people and they were probably not their fault. Probably now we don't omit for those other things. So we got to publicize them. It's not a witch hunt. So not a thing why involve civil society in India.
No, Chairman, I think the question is about the civic engagement part of it, not just on the implementation.
No, I think you are right. Yes. I think before we do that, there has to be civic engagement. Definitely, the public need for no say. This loss reduction program, they all, and so this reason we could do it. So you are correct. Thanks for correcting me. We will go on through the public information system, but we will go on. But definitely.
All right. On the transformers and how long will it take for restore them? You have a comment on that, or we'll go back to?
Yeah, I will pass them on to July. But make I just mention one thing: the transformer protection is very bad, and sometimes we not get funding for make we able to totally protect them. So there has been some community engagement with communities for make them able to provide some security. But transformer damage, we not get transformer a shock. We think Sierra Leone. That's now one of the things that we did by this NCC program. So we don't bring a camp forward, see if we can get donor for helping for do that. But you go rock up on that.
All right, Gojo.
Thank you. So the first question really is, which they make the transformers in the field fast? And if they design transformer for 100 people there, they can put 500 people there. Almost they drop an ascent transformer. They put so much pressure on the transformer that in such a very short time, it will explode. And most of them customers, the way they can add, they can do one unknown to EXA. What you go happen, so man don't go get training in the technical schools there. We know how to touch the transformer there and make connection all day aware of. And so to Chairman's point, protecting these transformers is very important for us moving forward. A couple of weeks back, Honorable Vice President was sent from Ivory Coast, where there's a kind of small study on the network, and that was one point that they highlighted. They still transformer just snap at all. Anybody can kind of more touch them, do it or follow. And so the key thing for us is one, protect the environment, but also important, ensure say would I not get right for touch and add, no good for do again. Because if we not prevent that from happening, it will continue to happen. And to the public, my appeal simply is, when them transformers go bad, yes, we they suffer, but you force the fear. So as a community, as a people, let's start taking some ownership of these assets. Yes, now government will provide for all enjoy. But if we get the mindset of now government responsibility for everything, in the end, now we all
So, thank you for that context, very important. But I'll ask a more direct question. If the transformer well, all things considered, how long will it take for restore?
So when the transformer well, Minister, what typically happens is we might go first and check and ascertain the nature of the fault. If it's something we need for repair, then they can do it. But if it's above repair, then go for camp pull up and go source a new one and camp put up. So depending on the size we then require, the location where it is, and the readily availability of that particular size in our store, that they all will affect the time. There are some times where in less than a day or two they replace. Sometimes it can take longer.
Thank you very much. I see Deputy Minister say will add something on the technical question quickly.
Yeah, the other thing we will not notice for transformer them is people in do dual connection illegally. So do you, if you not be know, forget
what's that mean?
That mean you both connect to two different transformers. You understand?
When you say unity, if this line had the lights and the gates,
yes.
Because when lights they go so and the gate.
That they back an illegal connection. Not that they back an
and a double line.
A double line.
So that's fine business. I eat here. To see, yes, senior.
So they are una winning from double line, now illegal something. Then they back in all on a loss reduction, where they can begin trace sooner, and if we catch sooner, you know go fine. So if you don't say they from double line, call the person who do that extra line, but cancel and say they are pull out.
Alright, next round, we are on this side now. Pakama number 1, number 2 buyer, number 3 buyer, number 4 buyer, number 5 buyer. All 5 states, and then we wrap up. Do you want to pay attention? Hey, Beanda. I want to pay attention, listen to the question and get the answer. It's a very important conversation we get. Go ahead, sir.
Mohammed Kamara, The Watch, and Fox Media, Sierra Fox Media. Dr. Yumkella, tell me something about the human and physical complexities ahead of this large, huge project, taking into consideration the nature of the topography of Sierra Leone and of course the islands that surround you. Can I add more? MCC, I just wanted to clear this question for the interest of the general public. When they select a contractor, do you need to look on the recommendations given by a given politician or administration figure or using criteria? Thank you.
Number 2. Anyone can get 2 questions, nobody else. I know that.
My question is, now, the government don't get a plan now for let me get a sustainable light. What are the plans we don't put in place in terms of maintenance culture because we lack an responsibility? Then, Dr. Yumkella, you say go Mwamba, Mr. just come Mwamba, each Mwamba, you say go Mwamba. And I see the massive work on around today. But when Mwamba get lights, because Mwamba too dark.
Thank you. Number 4.
Yes, sir. Kita, Unity Broadcasting. Me, the only care about South when I come. Doing the work for day, allow me get fine lights, they enjoy light for the next 3 days. After we the president school, night school. So I just come on Kailao, the seller can tell Ministry of Energy, particularly Dr. Yumkella say, that my she wearing the light, they say pay London. I will beg if they will give us solar. If they will talk, then they will give us solar. It will help them because Kailao have no factory. Maybe I can talk to them. Say Kailao have no factory, they will source money. So if you are solar, they will manage them. They will cry.
Thank you. The people of Kailao will tell them I can't give money if I want to use this platform for our people. Please, number 5. Yes, go ahead.
My name is Jaffa Davis from Great Democracy.
Okay, Jaffa, go ahead.
First question is, all this couple way, Dr. Yumkella don't talk about short-term, long-term plan. Now government money or now donor money. Then I want to know what in the government OPEC fund. Then also when EDSA, they begin pay for people in property because of bad light. Then the person get complain. Who side and who that for reports to? Then again,
Next. Come on, you want to make 5 questions? Same to see business on the top of this.
Good afternoon, Emmanuel Mohamed Kamara, to Talk Radio. Dr. Yumkella, earlier on you mentioned people that are the province, they pay more for electricity past one and fleet on. Waiting at the cause. That question not being answered is. And then we also look at the aspect of this NCC. Why would not go look for, again, ways where we go able to get real generation, power grid, we will provide real generation rather than we continue for the pay and bring from other countries then.
All right, thank you very much. Okay. Then last and final question. Chairman and leader of the sector. The question for you, will start from Musa will starts. Musa will end the last one. On that capital ship, why we enter into an agreement? And this man said end. So that's my question. Just to be clear, I mean, I inspire and I will ask the question then I make it explain to people that will see me. He basically usually asks what's not the human and physical complexity this plan away gets. Like if you don't take that complexity then into account. He talk about maintenance culture, I think we go against that day. Kaila and say Fear London, what do you do about that? And then Moyamba, they ask, say, who stand the lights? And then the status of OPEC. People want to know also whether their money are we talk about, which one are governments, which one are donor. And then I will come to EDSA on complaint mechanisms and EDSA their own accountability for bad lights. Because if you talk about accountability, but also be safe, EDSA, due to your negligence or something bad happen, people do not always ask how, what's not your means for them sick lead guests. So, close that question. Yeah.
Thank you. And that question we colleague asked about toll power ship, it looked funny but a valid question. Thank you. That's a part of what we will discuss. If we don't pay, if by the time the contract done, we don't pay almost $380, $90 million, it's a legitimate question. Can't you build your own? Very, very valid. So thank you. Now that we didn't get for negotiate, we've addressed other model than they. Of course we get, for example, like the IPP model for Kamakwe. Now that's exactly the kind. It's BOT. And you come with a modular form, put her inside within 7-8 months, they don't assemble her. They will collect, but after that they hand over to government. Fine. So yes, it's possible. Very brilliant question. And maintenance culture, a part of that MCC one address, doing the young program, the even one build workshop, basic welding for some machine there. So then transformers, something with the fuel. How to make them. So that one they get inside the MCC program. And then we establish that center there. In fact, even new team, that dispatch center where they get for bill, already in a new team, we get the facility, then they're ready for training, or never use it. So their facility, then they will get for revive. Moyamba, yes, then don't begin test. Where they push them, or we they push engineer, be careful, like doctor. If you don't say you back off. The committee know about say, what go day Monday, Friday now they will fire. Then say no, then therefore they increase and gradually and they test. Anything where you put quick, you get for prototype, I get for test. So the engineers, then they do that. In addition, they get for put the meter, then they host it. So I not say EDSA, the non-send team, then they even ask me for do a message to the population, say the meter they count, or they are not for the pay. So I can't put the engineer under pressure. I hope say by end of this week or early next week, then for begin supply. Yeah, but then the tests are already in Moyamba. Let me see where they are. Kaila, very brilliant question. You remember when panelists put 7 towns under medium? the president don't tell me exactly this. And at the retreat, he go town by town. Now he come to me, he say, Kandeh, I don't tell you. The generator they did it, but take fuel come off it on go bond. Fuel 1,000 come off it on rich Kaila. He say, all the rich. He says, so do you and your team? Tell the minister they want to go for solar for the town there. So we get a plan. We look at possibly 2 to 2.5 megawatt with battery system for either backup or replace the generator. Now the long-term solution, it will also lower the cost. Now the area they so in DM1, now see we don't look at, or president don't give order now. Of course we give order, what will they do next? We say we need some money also. So all that they will not begin discuss with HE, but he wonder what. They don't give instruction already. They don't use the case of Kaila, they don't use the case of Bond. But also Kabbalah, same. They say you go put generator up here and there. Who stand the fear of the rich? The question may happen now, Kaila will test the machine last month. On the mini grids here, nothing way again, HE challenge way, because we mini grid tariff is still high. Then village they will pay more than 3,000. They are almost 60 US cents. When I pay 21 to 23. But that because when they do mini grid, not only here we government they put line for you. Now the private sector they go put the line everything again for recover. But even now they will discuss it at the retreat. Oh, gladly when our president said raise that. First of all, he tells you when I raise money for people. The second, he said I want to know how I reduce that. Of course, me no say in other countries you must subsidize. It's part of social inclusion. Governments make a decision. Whether now Morocco, whether in the transition or other countries, you make a decision, say for the poorest of the poor, we will subsidize. Of course, that they're not in a Minister of Finance, but Ministry of Finance, they look at, they see what we can do over time. So that's it, the other one about OPEC and the money. Some of them money, part of which we discussed at the retreat, is that government get for invest. Like you the case, even if Engineer Kylie and DG they reform the whole of EDSA now with all the plan, the training. You train man in order the tools, in order the work. So like yesterday with the Danish and basic technology that what we need. For let you able to know, you not go in an area, but you look from it electronically, you know say will by force problem they because then they use laser technology. So basic one and they will not get. Software. We them for use for planning. Yesterday, I myself learned that terminology there. EDSA not get that. So there's some of these things where we don't agree with presidency. Do ya going forward? We get for earmark certain money that we can't give this country and no one talk and do. But we need for no say if we do we work, X million they can inside. Then we plan. For example, we know say with 20 to 25 million we will connect the mines. If we connect the mines every month, we get 2-3 million. The plan day, but the money not in for. So yes, what we do as government, we invest it. That one, that make a challenge. I know they just give me money. When I go show me master plan. They don't challenge we say we don't the master plan. We go back to Ranozo. We say so one no now say every budget support you will allocate so much for the power sector, and it's going to happen. But Boku get for come up from private sector. We see how they look, Mr. Karim. The courage way, they have $420 million for build that plant. Now courage, now country where all time confusion, they policy they change, new government can change. You need policy sustainability over time. 90% of the money will get from in the private sector. And the good news is Boku Saloma this reform they all they do, people they watch. So man they travel. I get Boku Sierra Leoneans where they try to put groups together for invest in Sodentia, but they give me clear indication. And say Kandeh, they do if the plan clear and the policy clear, we go lend the money, we say we set to your power company. And we want that. Why? Other countries, they call it and they go Ghana. One of the companies they will want to sell to, we're not Ghanaian company. If Saloma will get that kind of company, they will sell to Guinea. Guinea needs more power than us, eh? Conakry get deficit of 200 to 250 megawatts right now, much more than us, because they're bigger, 4-5 million people, not so. Imagine if some Saloma get that, then say go fair money internationally, they can't carry fence. Build your plants, put an Akamakuye or Kabbalah, you sell to them, because they always need that, much more than us. Yeah? So that is the plea I want to make. Be energy businessmen, but with strict rules, engineering, strict rules, timing, technology, knowledge, management matter. Finally, human and physical complexity. See what balance? May I say English, but my brother, he say, make me hate the shift. He's right. With any plan, there will be complexities. People, they already, when they say, they're not able. They're not able. Others, they, in a very Machiavellian way, where they say, will they make it fail? It's not personal. Eh? This is our plan. This is our plan. We want to do it. It is our plan. If you, they say, sabotage the plan, it doesn't hurt me. I volunteer with this team. All of us volunteer. But when president they appoint you, let me just give you in the call, you say, you agree? This man said, we do oversee. Dr. Taylor, a professor. If we don't put we neck out, say, in the next few years, we want to solve a 2-3 decade problem with all the best knowledge, and private sector one come and say, oh, glad, because when the lights come are all man. So there are human complexities within the organization, within the engineer Kylie, the top. You also get mindset. Some man no believe say this will happen. There's another dimension where we afraid. Some man you get the technology and software when refuse to use and why? Because he will be accountable. If you do not do illegal connection, you charge money, you get 10, 20 million every month. If they bring software, we will minimize that, you agree? We will sabotage. And why are they saying this? As Minister of Trade 37 years ago, in the ports we wanted to introduce a Sikuda too. After all the training, 7 months later, the computer they later the box. Man, they refuse to put it inside. So it's the same here with the power system. So man, they now this political economy, where they benefit, let's face it, the one where they pay, or the one where they connect the group for letting not pay. That's a human complexity. And I don't make people tell us in a bad name job. Because some man don't tell us, hey, this will not agree. Nayami said they drag. But the drag way they drag, they kill the system. The physical one, now we say long term, MCC will help with. But we said right now, we invest in that area. President don't give some money to even or allow ETSA for trust some money there. We will invest in you, instead they can't put on timeline. But you don't use a private sector man, they put his staff on timeline. So he said we don't put on timeline. Say this term, one city, so first quarter, second quarter. So when engineer Taylor Collar, you know, say this is not the buying timetable of Bakari, tell you board, will not see the results yet. So indeed there are real complexities. I give you another physical one. When man delay with projects for 2 months, he say will not they put that pole inside compound wait for benefit 400,000. Now 2 months he take away for bigger. If we go there, he say, hey, they're not being police for me. So we had to use diplomacy, we call fumble there. In the end, now VP take him phone. He call him fumble. He said that poll, then they go put her next week, you know say that illegal pathway. That's a right of way, you should not have built there. Before he back down. But before that, he still forget 100,000 and for the pay up every month. He visit telecom's phone. So there is, your question was right on the mark. In the end, the human complexity could kill this, but we will not allow it.
Thank you,
because we Sierra Leoneans are determined to transition.
Thank you very much, I think still we don't run out of time. There was a direct question about when Moyambali lights.
Yes, so okay, give me another few weeks.
Okay, so Moyamba a few weeks, then Kaila on the infield business. In Selfie. So we tell one, we just will give justice to the panelists. And it starts with Kandeh, and I'll go around now, just a minute each for any comments, any final word, who you want to say for the first point. Just one minute, and then we'll move on. Go on.
One question today related to procurement and the influence of government. Anybody, no influence, not therefore we advertise the best person, we put the best proposal forward, and therefore we now don't have standing in the process.
Take it to the back.
Yes, we don't do special program. Now problem not commodity, no issue. Now the same kind accountability structures we get for putting in place. Largest Kandeh.
Thank you very much, Kandeh Kurma. Deputy Minister too.
Thank you, Minister. I will close by saying, as we've been saying earlier, we interested in the big programs and the big strategies, both in how una lives in there every day. So if una get any issue, if una notice anything in una area, una reach out.
How people for complain to ETSA? That was a question.
Yes, so they can complain using 672. Also, ETSA.
The number is 672. If you call the number, we can call or not just text?
Both. Also, ETSA get Facebook page, and also the ETSA communications, Nepo, so they are forever need anything. Now Nepo for the engagement.
Nepo, they say they will call you. But on a serious note, it's very important. ETSA is starting to do the complaint. They're supposed to get an interface with the public. And 672 are the number. We said we announce that number there because making get personal calls about ETSA. We use that instead of we call Jonah directly. But that's a very important point. Chairman of the board, your last minute.
Well,
I'm listening now.
All what you need to say is things are not too okay at ETSA. We get problems. And now I'm going to hide them. And insistent to the DG and the public information now from where I go is that we're going to be honest to the public. I believe the technical things we honest with the public. Yes, it will cost you, it will blame you, but they will understand. So I want transparency. Then the public information, there are lots of things we often do better. We don't start this daily report to the public. There are notices and reports and they will last for a long time. When it's all they will only admit it's a problem. So we're going to work on those things. But lastly, on this reform program, reform takes a long time, but they got to start now because we operate. We will need support with that reform because of the part of the public information system where they go through. We committed to this reform. Waiting we own board will do the ETSA. And for make sure that nobody not derailing this reform. Because people are pretend for capture reform. And that I look at as we roll.
Thank you.
We'll be transparent with you.
Thank you very much. I really like the commitment to transparency and honesty, and the commitment to President Leone, and the commitment to get as well the Ministry of Information and Civic Education. Also to Adele, what they do, let we know they see on social media or share with me. Let we also effort amplify them through the channels there. Deputy Minister.
Yes, new final word for just make an appeal to the general public. Though we get a lot of challenges in the sector, but from what we can listen, especially from the presentation that the Honorable Chair made, the outlook definitely is going to be good in the next couple of years. So now just a matter of time and ask for patience. And one for left, do are irresponsible citizens so that we report any anomaly or anything and so far we know say no they go right on our environment. So on that note, I want to thank
Thank you very much. Now let me come to the chairman and the leader of the sector for a last and final word.
President, beyond your vision for an energy transition plan, very correct. We don't begin implementing. We don't launch that transition plan in the energy dialogue. President Leone now set a target for 1 gigawatt, from which we show that today we don't begin now for laying the foundation for the additional 400 megawatts. In other words, almost half of that one day. So the transition real, but we don't see the demand even higher because the mining sector alone needed an additional 500 megawatts. So I want to show and say this transition is real to low cost, affordable, reliable, sustainable energy with a lot of renewable energy in it, hydro and solar. Government determined, the President as acting Minister of Energy, the lead. We are starting the negotiations with Car Power, inshallah. We'll get to an amicable resolution. All we ask, which we ask people there for do, believe in the plan, help we for them to drive this plan, so that we all will get that energy access we need. We also pledge transparency monthly with a meeting like this, so again, we understand how far we don't go. Heads are likely for do weekly because they have problem and daily, so they will do weekly. And a commitment we don't make as senior managers. Owners have joined with responsibility for helping for protect the assets, for payout, and also for troubleshoot. Tell me where the problem, not like Kailan, where the fear not done, and Mayamba, where the lights not come on. This is useful information. But when I trust we, When we come with difficult information, and we will prepare one. When we begin load shed, good one. I think I foresee this. Because very soon now one location, because we get to come past the line, and don't warn me already. Say when that line and get for do and for 2-3 days, then get for down the line. Only then put the new line. But all that one day with the support of Minister Siba, who will reach out to that, tell them in advance. So what I assure you is that we're determined. The president is leading in front, and we, the colonels and generals, we're ready to work, and we will deliver on this with our help. But it's a long-term plan with the immediate steps we will take. Thank you very much.
On that note, I want to use the opportunity to say thank you to you, Chairman Dr. Kandeh Yumkella. I want to say thank you to Dr. Taylor. Thank you to Engineer Kaili, Deputy Minister Noni, and of course, Kandeh Yumkella, and all the partners that possible follow with this great conversation continuing today. Until next week again, Assalamu alaikum.